People here are unable to rent or buy. So why is this government prioritising housing for illegal immigrants above housing for our young people?
Young Brits struggling to afford rent, forced to stay with parents well into their 30s, while landlords across the country are pocketing above market rates, not from British families, but from government deals to house illegal immigrants. And when challenged in Parliament, Angela Rayner's answer: deflection, excuses and finger-pointing.
Goodness me, she's got a cheek. She talks about asylum hotels. She obviously hasn't looked at the most recent numbers. The number of people in asylum hotels was higher in March this year than it was at the time of the last election.
This isn't just about housing, it's about priorities. Whose side is the government on? And why does it seem that ordinary British people always come last? What you'll hear in this exchange will make your blood boil. And before we dive into it, do me one quick favour. Hit like right now, subscribe to the channel and share this video, because the more people see this, the harder it becomes for politicians to ignore it.
Speaker, as a consequence of the government losing control, they are now accommodating growing numbers of illegal immigrants, many of whom cross the channel, in asylum hotels and flats. The Home Office's suppliers are now actively offering above-market deals to landlords to get hold of their properties to be used for illegal immigrants. In the meantime, hard-pressed young people here are unable to rent or buy. So why is this government prioritising housing for illegal immigrants above housing for our young people?
So again, Mr. Speaker, I gently say to the right honourable member opposite that under their watch, immigration increased fourfold until it reached almost 1 million in a single year. They also created the backlog, 400 hotels, which we've reduced to just over 200 hotels in the first 12 months of us being in government, Mr. Speaker. £1 million a day spiffed up the wall because they were so incompetent.
Goodness me, she's got a cheek. She talks about asylum hotels. She obviously hasn't looked at the most recent numbers. The number of people in asylum hotels was higher in March this year than it was at the time of the last election. And she gave no answer about the priority being given to illegal immigrants over people living here already.
In other news, we confront a story so disturbing it should dominate every headline in Britain.
It is no question that the state has failed these children time and again. Take the case of Anna from Bradford. Vulnerable and in residential care, at the age of 14, she made repeated reports of abuse to social workers who were responsible for her.
Yet most of the media barely whispers about it. A teenage girl, vulnerable, in state care, ends up forced into an Islamic wedding with her abuser, and, unbelievably,
her social worker was a guest.
Listen carefully to this statement in Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the Minister for advance sight of her statement. The girls we are talking about, Mr. Speaker, are predominantly white. The men who preyed on them were predominantly Muslim, generally either from Pakistan or of Pakistani heritage. Will the Minister accept that, in many cases, these crimes were racially and religiously aggravated? There is no question that the state has failed these children time and again. Take the case of Anna from Bradford. Vulnerable and in residential care, at the age of 14, she made repeated reports of abuse to social workers who were responsible for her. But just the following year, aged 15, she married her abuser in a traditional Islamic wedding ceremony. Far from stepping in to stop it, her social worker was a guest. The authorities then arranged for her to be fostered by her abuser's parents. The British people deserve to know the truth. What darker truths does the suffering of these girls reveal about this country? And why won't the government find out?
Minister.
I thank the honourable lady. I think it's a shame that she only referred to one sort of victim when the statement is clearly about all victims, of which there should be no hierarchy. I understand the sense of anger and urgency over the issue from the honourable lady. None of this is her fault. She wasn't there at the time, but she works with the shadow ministers who sat in offices where I now sit, who did not lift a single finger when it came to the J inquiry on any of the recommendations it contained. It's going to take work, and I very much welcome her joining me, unlike for the years I was doing it, when the current Shadow Home Secretary never bothered.
You won't hear debates framed like this on the BBC, and you certainly won't hear politicians admit the truth openly. That's why independent platforms like this matter. If you want these stories exposed, do your part. Hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video, because the mainstream would rather this conversation disappear.